What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning into this video. Go ahead and just subscribe and press the notification bell so that you know when I actually post. As you can see, every day I have my makeup on, which means we're not really doing a makeup video today, makeup tutorial, nothing like that. I thought I should do another video, but anyway, let me assist y'all that are coming to South Korea and just basically just share what sort of helped me when I was researching and what like actually helped me when I actually got here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you want to know what apps are beneficial for you to download before you come to South Korea, keep watching this video because honestly they're helpful and you're gonna have to download them, some of them anyway, you know what I mean? They're really helpful. Anyway, tune in, keep watching. Follow me on Instagram, d.impo_ is my general Instagram, and then d.impo_h is my makeup sort of Instagram account. Honestly, okay, let me just get to it. I don't want this to be a long video. I don't want to finish you guys' data, especially if it's something like this. So I'm gonna start with, let's start with Papago. Okay, I'll put like a picture of the icon somewhere on the screen. Hopefully I'm able to do that. I've never done that. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do that. But it's called Papago, P-A-P-H-O. So it's a translation app and it is very useful coming here for me, especially. Like I didn't know any Korean when I came here, and chances are a lot of foreigners don't know Korean when they're coming here to teach. Others that are really optimistic, they'll learn it back in their home countries, but honestly I wasn't that person. I was just anxious at the fact that I was going to a new country and I just wanted to know where I could be staying, possibly. Like I was researching places and things like that. So Papago, download that. It's very good, honestly. It's a little bit more accurate, but I also do have, which is the next app, Google Translate. I have those two in hand because I actually do use them for different things. So Papago is more like when I come into contact with another Korean who's literally talking to me in full paragraphs in Korean, and I'm like, Papago, you can literally use the voice recorder and dontoni, and you can just be like speaking to this and then you'll know what they say, which is amazing. It helps a lot. And then Google Translate for me is when I go to the shops and like obviously most of the products, ingredients, or even just the product name is like in Korean and you don't really know what it is, or you want to know what's in it, or just all of that jazz. You can like open up the app, like Google Translate, and then you can open the camera corner, and then you can basically scan and it will translate in like real time, so you can see what it is in English, basically. Like anything you want to view that is in Korean, it can translate it automatically in English now. So those two apps I definitely have and I do use. I don't use Google Translate for like conversations because it's a bit more inaccurate when it comes to that type of stuff. So basically, yeah, those two, Papago, Google Translate, whichever one tickles your fancy, download it, and which one is more helpful, download it. Okay, so then we are going to the third app, which is Kakao Talk. Kakao Talk is just basically South Korea's like WhatsApp, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like it's that, like people that you come across on the streets, if you're traveling like in and around South Korea, like they'll be like, oh, what's your WhatsApp ID? What's your Kakao ID? What's your Kakao number? What? Because you can have a number, an ID, yeah, a number and then like an ID, I think. But yeah, they ask for that, and that's what they use really. It's like their social media platform that is really popular here. And also Kakao is like a huge brand here, like a huge company, and has like sub little apps and things that I'll get into more. But Kakao Talk is really I guess important. You're gonna have to download it here anyway. Not to say you'll use it a lot, but it's important because like maybe the mentor teachers that you'll have will want to communicate. Basically the only way for them to communicate with you is through Kakao Talk because it's what they have. Just download it. It honestly will help you, and you can like pay for things on Kakao. Like there's other things, sometimes it can be linked to like one of your bank cards. Like if you transfer money, you can send basically like a receipt, like a proof of payment, a proof of payment to yourself on Kakao, so that you remember how much you sent or transferred and like to what bank or to who. Like it just will save your life. I can't really get into it much because I'm just like, but anyway. Kakao Talk, guys, I'll have it somewhere on the screen. Going on to like the fourth app, there is also Kakao Taxi. So for me, I use that quite a bit, honestly, because you know the Pick and Pay, aka Latte Marts, that's what it's called here, is a bit further away from me, honestly. So I always get a Kakao Taxi, and you can request. It's basically an Uber for here, but it's also under the Kakao brand. So the Kakao Taxi is linked to my Kakao Talk. Like you need a Kakao ID or Kakao number, whatever, like an account, basically a Kakao account, and that's how you can use Kakao Taxi. So it's sort of important. Like, I mean, you can't really have Kakao Taxi and then not have Kakao Talk, if that makes sense. So I use that quite a bit. It's very simple, awesome, like especially if you don't want to go into a cab, like stop a cab on the road, which you can do, but then that means you don't have to talk to the driver, and if you don't know any Korean, you have to say where you're going, and that's a headache and a half. Like it's horrible because you either get lost and then your cab fare is like thousands. I'm kidding, no, but like it's gonna be expensive, yeah. Well, so Kakao Taxi for me saves me any form of communication with the driver in terms of telling him where I want to be dropped off. So yeah, Kakao Taxi, very useful, very handy, get it. Okay, so the next one is Kakao Metro, another Kakao, y'all. It's a whole brand, I promise you. But Kakao Metro, so this helps a lot when you are in the city, the bigger cities, and there's subways, and you want to navigate through the subway stations and stops and just navigating via a subway, which can be so confusing, especially if you're gonna go to Seoul, which you will, okay? It's so confusing. It took us forever. I remember the first time we went there with the squad, it took us forever to arrive to our BNB because wow, like it was just confusing. We relied literally on one person, aka Luvuyo, always got us. But like, yeah, we relied on one person to basically get us from point A to point B via the subway, and it was not fun. So Kakao Metro is basically a subway navigation app, and it really helps. Like if you're really confused about everything, you won't have to stop people and be like, oh, where do I get off? Nah, just download the Kakao Metro app and you'll be fine. And then the next one is Kakao Maps. I mean, you can download either or because Kakao Maps also has the subway navigation system. And sometimes I use, which is the next app that I'm going to talk about, is Naver Maps. So this is like the go-to like app in terms of maps here in South Korea. But I have both, like Naver Maps and Kakao Map, because sometimes you'll search for something in Naver Maps and then you won't quite find it, and then you search it in Kakao Maps and then you might find it. Like I just use both, just in case, and it does help. But like more of the reliable app is honestly like Naver Maps. You'll find a lot more there versus Kakao Maps. But I mean, I was just anxious, so I had to have both, and they did help, honestly, because sometimes I found something on Naver, sometimes I did it on Kakao Maps. And like with Naver Maps, you can also see not necessarily bus schedules, but you can see which bus you want to take if you want to go somewhere, and like maybe what the waiting time is, just things like that. It's very helpful because you will be using the bus a lot here, unless you go to the bus stops and maybe take pictures of the bus schedule, which is in Korean, by the way. Your next best thing is to use Naver Maps. Oh my gosh, did I finish everything? This was a really, really fast video. But honestly, for me, it really helped. Because when I got here, I was worried about, oh my gosh, how am I gonna know where to go? How, like, what time, what bus to take? Like, all these apps honestly really helped me. And there's other apps like Visit Korea. I haven't mentioned it here, but like, there's also other apps that you can also research about if you want to basically travel and want to know where to go for certain things. I think it's called Visit Korea. I might have a little picture somewhere here too. Visit Korea. It's very also helpful. I didn't download it, I didn't need it, but I mean, if you're that type of person who's just like, okay, I need to have all the information in one place, Visit Korea. The Visit Korea app is very, very, very good. So anyway, that concludes this video today. I'm sorry, I feel like I rushed through that for some reason, but I didn't want you guys to sit through like a long ass video, whereas I could have just said what I needed to say, basically. But anyway, if you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to watch all my other videos and let me know what you want to see. Okay, but yeah, bye.